Hello there, my scrumptious apple cinnamon puff pastries. It seems like the universe has sent me a message. It's just a coincidence, friends, that today I made a video for you talking about coffin emojis. The coffin emoji is historically a bottom signal. Why? I don't know. It just is. It is the opposite of a top signal, which is when somebody gives you the crown or the trophy emoji. So the crown emoji and the trophy emojis, that's the top. But now we're hunting for bottoms. You see, I was watching one of the Spaces YouTube videos, hanging around in crypto, doing my research, and I came across this video, and out of nowhere, this video goes for a freaking hour, and for some reason, the topic of HEX comes up. Now, Hexicans, you put down your little wooden swords and your water pistols. Just, you're going to listen, okay? Because I don't think it's what most people think. And most people think it's the end. I don't think it's the end. Have a listen.
In crypto, I think the cults form crazy. Like, bro, even HEX has a cult still. It's like, so it doesn't really matter which the coin is. It's more of a human psychology thing.
Yeah, maybe this is bearish for me, but like my accountant is a Hexican.
Oh my god, that's bro, that's terrible. Did he at least sell some? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, he sold some. Yeah,
Okay.
I think he's less bullish now after SEC is trying to go after him. But
yeah. Oh yeah. Shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy though.
I know. I thought it was kind of hilarious. I mean, he does a good job, but I was like, wait, like, is this good? Anyways, if someone is trying to
I mean, have a listen to that, friends. I mean, laughing stock. Laugh, laugh, laugh. You know, when I heard this, there's a scene from The Simpsons. This is exactly what I thought of. We're going to watch it together, okay?
TV respects me. It laughs with me, not at me. You stupid.
Oh, friends. Yes. That's exactly the same. It's funny because I know the fundamentals. I know the daily users. I know the people in there. I know there's 140 content creators. I know the inflation rate. I know HEX, now you've discovered too, is part of the DeFi category. Okay, I know that PulseChain and PulseX and HEX are all real DeFi. You can actually download and host your own servers and files. You can talk directly to the blockchain. Okay, so censorship resistance is pretty good there. I also know the community, extremely grassroots. Okay, I know that if you change it to a log chart, it tells a better story. Yeah, it doesn't tell a fantastic story, but is a better story than what everybody sees. So I'm just throwing out all this information here for you, friends. We know anything to do with HEX, PulseChain, PulseX, Richard Hart, any of the ecosystem coins get huge engagement. Think about it, bro. We're down. The chart says minus 99%, and the engagement is through the roof. Okay. All of these things. We also know there's cuck whales literally irrationally selling like Cuck01 to go buy another HEX clone. Okay, so these friends, this is, see at the very, very tops, there's irrational exuberance. So that's when people, just because they're up in a coin, they will take profit out of it and then they'll go buy another poop coin. That's top signals. Why? Because why did you go buy that poop coin? It's because your portfolio was in profit. Maybe because Bitcoin pumped up, right? But that's irrational. Why? It's because you didn't buy it for its fundamentals. So you just bought it because somebody gave you money. And, you know, like technically, the market should give you that valuation of that poop coin flying before all of this madness started. Okay, so that's the top signal though. Now in the bottom signals, you have coffin emojis like that. That is like basically... Right, they have that, okay? You also have people like Cuck01 irrationally selling to go buy that other new shiny object. Okay, that's what happens at bottoms. That's capitulation. That's like, oh man, this thing isn't moving, I'll just get out. Now, of course, that's irrational because you're just selling because that thing isn't moving. It has nothing to do with its own valuation, right? For example, you know, if you had a house, costs $1 million, and you could rent it out for $50,000 rent a year, well, imagine you saw a poop coin flying, like on Soilana Trash Ecosystem flying, and you saw a poop coin over there flying, and it's up 100x in 2 days. Imagine you went to the market and your $1 million home, you go, that's it, I need money now, I've got to buy this poop coin. I'm going to sell this house for $500,000. Even though technically, fundamentally, it's worth $1 million, you don't care. You want to go chase that other thing, right? Now, I've used an extreme example, but it is a valid example because everybody in your street would be like, this guy's lost his marbles. This guy has been drinking room temperature orange juice. There are no ice cubes present in that cup. Probably got a hunchback too, okay? So you get the point, right? Now, I've used a very obvious example here, but that's what's exactly been happening in the ecosystem right now. So I just want to show you the chart, for example. This is a log chart. Now, friends, of course, you put on a linear chart, you can just see the damage, of course. You can just see all the PB McPB. Now, this is just, of course, see, we know really what's going on, okay? It's obvious to us, but all new people don't. For example, we know that for HEX, you have to use a combined HEX price. You can do a HEX combined, which is shout out to Mr. Dipcatcher's website. You look at combined HEX, okay? That gives you the true measurement of that. We also know that there's PulseChain and PulseX, and the system diluted into that. Now, of course, it sucks, but you know it did dilute there. So you have these as well. Now, of course, the question is, does it ever return to let everybody back out? That's what everybody's wondering about. I don't think we can just sit here and pretend like we know the future. You never know the future, okay? Like, for example, how many influencers were out there talking about injective protocol throughout 2022? Zero, okay? I didn't hear it once on any other mainstream influencer, and it just broke the all-time high, okay? And you see all these friends, this is the tough part when it comes to these games. So the best thing you can do is when you have strong fundamentals, it's super hard to know, okay, what's this really worth? All you can kind of guess is, well, they're laughing at us. It's embarrassing. They've basically said Richard Hart's embarrassing. Everything to do with the SEC, the corrupt SEC is embarrassing. They are saying all of these, and you know, you can be like a little soy boy and let it really affect you emotionally, or you step into the arena and just realize that you are simply dealing with bottom signals. Okay, because now obviously I'm not saying, oh, it's the easiest game in the world, because okay, bottom signal, but how far do we go up? That's what we don't know. You know, there were bottom signals for Bitcoin, but still not worth buying it at 20K because upside might be 80K. Even if it goes to 100, 5X. Okay, you know what I mean? Like tough game to try and look at everybody else's results and then measure yourself up, because at the end of the day, you're never truly going to be happy because there's always going to be someone fluking at it. But you know, on average, most people are going to get wrecked. Like, for example, Ethereum did a 50x from the low to the top in the last cycle. How many people do you know who 50x their wealth today? You know what I mean? Obviously not many. So look at this chart, and they've literally, friends, they've given us the official Coffin emoji here. Like, when you see that, I'm going to give it the Coffin emoji right now, friends, because Coffin emojis are bottom signals. You know what I mean? So I want to remind you as well, when did Richard declare victory? Okay, he declared victory up here. So you can give himself the trophy emoji, right? Because it hit 10,000x. Also, when did the HEX movie come out? It was around here as well, remember? And everybody called him God. So there's your double whammy, right? There's your double whammy. There's your two top signals, right? But now, that's in the past. So you can look at it and you can laugh and like, yeah, let's have a joke. Everybody point, look at the dead bodies, etc. You can play that, take that perspective, but I don't care about that backward stuff anymore, like, because it's over. Okay, I care about the future, and I look around and I see everybody who's pointing fingers out at everybody else. They got 3 fingers pointing right back at them. They have no idea what's coming down, friends. But we're still going to play a bit of angel music for them anyway, just so you know. we're going to be playing a lot of that angel music for them when Judgment Day is going to come. Okay, Judgment Day is going to come, friends. I can already see the Twitter streams in my mind, the flow of that matrix, people tagging all these other people. Okay, it's just not going to be pretty. But when you are in strong fundamentals with a strong, cheap price, you're in a much better position than everybody else. Okay, now obviously looking at it, you're like, oh, when's it going to go up? You don't know when. You don't know when. I'll just say, I can just tell you a date. I'll go, okay, 3 months from now. I don't know, by the end of Q1 2024 into the Bitcoin halving year, okay? And if that doesn't happen, you add another 3 months. You just don't know, okay? If we had answers like that based off time, we would be like, we'd all be billionaires. I asked this interesting question as well, friends. So this interesting question I asked, so based off all the pain and the misery, right? How much do you think you're going to feel okay with a pump considering the past 2 years, okay? Considering we dumped more than FTX token, Celsius token, right? PulseX still down. Now, remember, I'm not asking, I should have clarified more. I just ran out of space, okay? But I don't want to know everyone's bull market top prediction. No. I'm just saying, what price do I, if I had an invisible hand, do I have to get the ecosystem to from today, or your portfolio in the ecosystem? What price would we have to get to such that now you are like, you know what? Those past 2 years were worth it. Okay. Very interesting question. And the crowd, like, friends, this tells you how angry and upset and embarrassed everyone is. Okay. It reflects, mirrors reflect, and these polls reflect. So have a look at this. So an overwhelmingly large response of people, 57.9%. They're like, you need to do me a 50x from here, man. Plus, 50x plus. You can see this, right? So there's a gap here. So, you know, this is everybody else. You know, this is everybody going, you know what? Give me like a 10x from here, just recover it, and I'll stop whinging, all right? But this is where everyone is, 50x, okay? And look, just to let you know, the ecosystem right now, I think, is about a 2.5 billion valuation, maybe 2.3. So a 50x would put it at 100 billion, which would be the top tick valuation for BNB, which is Binance, and Cardano, and XRP at the top. Okay, so all three of them peaked at 100 billion valuation, which is very interesting, right? So 3 coins, 3 categories, had nothing to do with each other, completely different characteristics. You had Ripple dumping, you had Binance who owned all the coins, complete different characteristics, yet all of them topped out in the last bull market at around the 100 billion valuation. Random? It's something to think about, okay? So 50x from here would do that, but, you know, just to let you know, based off the ratios, it could be such that, you know, PulseX, both of them, do like a 70x from here. And then HEX does like a 30x. That's possible too. So the average is like 50-ish, but that kind of matches in line if my ratio trade comes true, where Pulse versus HEX grinds up over time. But you never really know with these. It's just that, you know, we're just playing around with ratios. But that's something to think about. I want to know you, friends. Please let me know in the comment section, how much would you think you're like, you know what, get up to this point, I'll shut up. It doesn't mean like I'll get out or I want you to stop moving from that point. It's just like, all right, that was worth it, you know. But I got a feeling though, I got a feeling the number's pretty high. But just let me know, just because you're seeing other coins recover. They recovered swiftly. They've recovered with corrupt SEC attacks. They've recovered with VCs and centralization, all these other stuff, which meant to be inferior features. Their price performance was better. I know. I could see everybody out there looking, and they're seeing all these other things. They're like, dude, this is not justified. But obviously, please remember, crying about this price target as well, it's going to do you more damage than good, because at the end of the day, what if we're just simply correlated to Bitcoin and Ethereum more than everybody wants to believe? You know what I mean? So at some point, what if Bitcoin says, uh-oh, stock market's down, I'm finished. You know what I mean? Are you then going to blame everything on the stock market, blaming everything on Bitcoin, blaming everything on the correlation to Ethereum, blaming everything? You know what I mean? It never stops. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. And playing that game, it makes you very anxious and nervous. That's why you don't have to actually get worried about that game. Maybe you had a friend out here, I don't know if you can see him, but he's a squirrel, holds his nuts often, who told you, if you buy off weak hands, we just watched the video, they're like, ha, you freaking got scared. Like, if you're buying off those things with hunchbacks, you're getting juicy prices. You don't know the slingshot size, but you're in a much better position than, I don't know, when people are buying in 15 to 20x higher, who are then speculating on how high their ecosystem can grow because they think gold will be flipped by Bitcoin, or we're going to hit $200,000 and then the Ethereum ETF is going to come and push us up higher. Don't worry, see, friends, people can just invent narratives. Those narratives have nothing to do with Richard Hart or the PulseChain ecosystem. They'll just invent them up, okay? So I don't want to be playing that game. That's why you get them in now, okay? So let me know what you think, friends. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, all. Don't forget the coffin emojis. What are you going to do with them? Catch you soon.